Welcome to this ACF plugin instruction video.
In today's video, I'd like to demonstrate the release process for the DDRparser and show you how I use the ACF plugin to automate nearly every step. As you can see, there are 10 stages involved in releasing a new version. Most of these stages focus on security, code signing, notarization, packaging, and publishing the final release. Since I follow the same process every time I publish a new version, I decided to automate as much of it as possible. Let's quickly go through the checklist before I demonstrate the entire process. At this stage, the development process is complete. The new version has been built in Xcode, thoroughly tested, and is now ready for release. Everything on this list must be completed for each release. This is the FileMaker application I use to manage the process. For a new release, I simply update the version number, select the final DMG archive, and choose the files that are part of this release. The portal displays every file that will be included in the distribution package. Some documentation files had already been updated before I began, so their paths remain unchanged. The only file I typically need to select manually is the latest DDRparser executable from the Xcode release folder. Finally, I conduct a quick validation to ensure that every required file is present. Once that's done, I just click Start Packing. From this point forward, everything operates automatically. The application creates a staging folder, copies all necessary files into it, and compiles a list of every application, plugin, and installer that requires notarization by Apple. The ACF plugin employs its system command function to execute the necessary command line tools. It builds the installers, verifies code signatures, submits the files for notarization, waits for Apple's response, and finally attaches the notarization ticket to each file. Notarization can take some time, making it typically the longest part of the process. Once completed, the application uses DropDMG to create the final signed DMG archive. The archive must also be notarized, as it includes the DDRparser GUI application, along with the plugins and supporting files. Once the DMG has been notarized, it is uploaded to the FTP server for customers to download the release. Nearly all file handling is performed using ACF plugin file system functions, and even the FTP upload is managed directly by the plugin. Once the upload is complete, I switch to a different layout in the application that manages the download area on my website. The file name and version information have been updated automatically. Normally, I would edit the release description at this point, but since it's already correct, I simply click Push to WordPress. I've developed a custom WordPress plugin for my website, enabling the FileMaker application to update the download page via its API. A new SHA hash is generated for each release, enabling users to verify that the downloaded file hasn't been altered. Along with Apple's code signing and notarization, this adds multiple layers of verification to ensure the download's authenticity. Let's head over to the download page to verify that everything is working properly. I'll download the file one last time to confirm the release is available, even though my internet connection seems a bit slower than usual today. And that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching.